All right, so the Kansas City Chiefs have been put out of their misery this year. Thank God. Thank God it didn't last anymore because it hasn't been fun to watch. And there's so much to get to. It's the offense this year. Andy, the coaches really let this team down. The scheme and the game plan, just Andy was awful this year. Every move he made sucked. And I was really disappointed with Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice, there are so many opportunities to catch third down passes, and he did not do that. So the Chiefs don't have a number one receiver. So that's an issue. They also don't have a running back, and that's clear that, good God, their running game sucked. The defense, still, whatever, should never have gave up those points at the end of the half to the Chargers, but it is what it is. They're not good enough to, the defense wasn't good enough to carry a below-average offense. And the Chiefs, with Patrick Mahomes, should never, ever, ever be a below-average offense. So that's on Andy Reid, Matt Nagy, all those people. They did not put the team in a good position to succeed. Now, the big issue now is the Chiefs were driving down for a game-tying score, and then Patrick Mahomes hurt his knee. And God, I hope that it's nothing incredibly serious, but Andy Reid says it doesn't look good. So I'm hoping that he's okay and that he'll be able to start next year. We don't need to see him play anymore this year. Matter of fact, I wish he wouldn't have played this game. But they did, and it was bad. I just hated watching this team play football this year. So I'm glad I don't have to anymore. I'm glad I don't have to with any sort of interest anymore. And so there needs to be such a total schematic change. They need so much. They need defensive pass rush. Their linebackers suck. Their wide receivers suck. Their running game sucks. Their offensive line was good. They need to get healthy. But most importantly, they need Patrick to actually be able to trust the offense and the process and the plays. And Andy and Pat, they just need to get on the same page. Matt Nagy, I don't know what he does. He's not very good. There's certain people on the radio in Kansas City that will defend him because they're friends with him. He sucks. He needs to leave. And he's not very good. He would rather be friends with the team than actual hold people accountable like Eric Bieniemy did. God, I miss Eric Bieniemy. But having said that, the Chiefs are now 6-8. And I wish I wouldn't be so mad and upset, but it looks like Pat may have a serious knee injury. And that's what sucks. That's what stinks. And it stinks because that's going to go into next year. This year sucked anyways, so they should have never been able to. They were false hopes essentially after the Dallas game. It was just false hope. But having said that, now they are, they need so much. They need to reconstruct their whole roster essentially, and it's going to be really tough to do that in one offseason. They need to draft better players. Andy needs to really reevaluate his schemes and his play calling, and maybe not do it anymore. And what's weird too is that I feel like that I care more about them not succeeding than Andy does. That we see things, and I hate doing this, but even you can see things. I knew what they were going to do offensively. It's so predictable. I don't know how, and the defense knows it, but I don't know what Andy's seeing that's thinking this will succeed. So he needs to really reevaluate his style, and because that's they did not get away with it this year. I think they got away with it last year. They did not get away with it this year, and so just a bummer of a season. They ended with even worse news probably going into next year with Pat being hurt. So let's hope it's nothing serious. But it's been a fun 7 years. But we need to retool, guys. We need to retool, re-up, and let's move forward, man.